breakfast.
Everybody satisfied.
Radio Harrow.
And joining us by phone this morning is Gaz Reynolds. Hi, good morning, Gaz. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you, Gary, and I am here.
Yes, you're there and not here because my brain doesn't work too well anymore, it seems.
Well, it was rather fortunate that I'm actually on the phone because I was listening to your show. And I thought, hang on a minute, Gary's got his dates muddled up.
Yeah, I sure did.
Yeah.
And I would have just sat here and said, well, I'm talking to myself, which I do half the time anyways.
Well, I'm live on the show, of course, on the July the 25th at 8 o'clock. I'll be there. So
yeah, and we will look forward to that, and we will then not only discuss your musical success, but also driving, because, just a moment on the driving issue, because there's one issue that really, really annoys me, and it's not just one driver that does it. I use a car service, a lot of drivers, and when they are obviously in the left lane and they want to turn right, then there's oncoming traffic, and they turn the wheel so that they're already heading to right. And that's such a dangerous thing, because if somebody just taps them from behind, isn't paying attention, that then puts them into the oncoming traffic, and it's a head-on collision.
I know, there's so many dangerous drivers out there, and that's one of the things I'll probably be talking about when I come on to the show in July, because there's, of course, a new driving test coming in September to tighten up the standard on the road.
Which is long overdue, because the driving test has been around for years and years and years, I believe, right?
Yeah, they update it every 2 years, but they haven't made any drastic overhauls up until this year, which there's going to be some major overhauls on the driving test. So I've been hired in for a few shows to talk about that as well, because of course I own a record label and a driving school, and the driving school's doing great. It's attracting celebrities. I've just had Russell Howard, who's the British comedian, and I've got a number of Game of Thrones actors that I'm teaching at the moment as well, and a whole load of other people. So,
I would love to get a hold of Russell Howard, because he made a joke once that was so bad against people that have a bit of a weight problem, and myself having a weight problem. He once said that, isn't it the funniest thing to see a fat person fall down? And I'd like to say yes, and I'd like to fall down on top of you.
The funny thing is, though, I've actually done a couple of little interviews with him on YouTube, which if anyone wants to check out, they can just type in Gaz Reynolds on YouTube, and you'll see all the driving school come up. But all the driving school stuff will come up, but you'll also see all the stuff about my music and my record label come up as well. And he's quite down to earth. He's not anything like what he is on telly. So.
Well, when you next see him, say I'd like to have him as a guest on my show, and we can talk about that comment
I'll certainly mention it to him.
In the meantime, you are number one in Australia.
I know. That was it's actually the second time it's happened with a single called "Some Forgive," which was originally released in 2005, believe it or not, and we shot the video in Russia. It was all rather a rush in Russia to make the video, but yeah, it knocked Madonna off the world chart and went straight in at number one for a month. That sort of got me known pretty much everywhere, and then it actually charted at number one in Australia, got me a ton of radio airplay in America, Canada, and throughout Europe. And then, because it's the anniversary 10 years on since it was originally released, we've re-released it on my record label, World Domination Records, and it's generated a whole load of new interest. And then last week it went into the dance charts at number one in Australia. So that was, rather exciting. And hopefully it starts charting everywhere else as well. So fingers crossed.
Great, and I know I've got one of my chaps that sometimes co-presents with me, Shrey Purinic, huge fan of Australian music, and so when I said you were going to be on the show, and he said, that name sounds familiar, and then he realized he's heard that song on the Australian stations that he listens to. And
it does get a lot of airplay out in Australia.
And he wanted to come on the show, but he couldn't make it today. So maybe, for good luck for him, maybe he'll be able to join us in a month when you're here.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, and you'll bring along Russell Howard. So.
I'll try.
That would be a coup for sure.
Yeah.
In the meantime, let's play this song if we might. And I thank you very much for your time this morning.
Okay. Well, thanks for having me back on, Gary, and I'll be down there on the 25th of July. I'm looking forward to that because Radio Harrow is a brand new station, of course.
Yes, and of course we've had you in the old radio station that I can't mention anymore, but and in our old studios in Wealdstone, which now have completely fallen apart. The roof has caved in.
Oh my God!
Yeah, they've condemned that floor of the building. The youth center is closed, and there's huge problems there with pipe leaks.
Oh no!
And it was causing even electrical problems. And
but you've got nice plush studios now.
Oh, we have very posh studios. Of course, I'm still using the Studio 2 because it's more, to me, it's more comfortable. It's small and friendly, and the other one is huge, and it's like it's too big right now. But someday they said I have to move to the big studio, so with the rest of the big boys. So, and I'll look forward to that as well. So anyway, let's play Some Forgive. This is Gaz Reynolds, the #1 song in the dance charts in Australia, and we'll look forward to seeing you in a month's time, Gaz.
Yeah, thanks very much, Gary, and see you soon. And thanks for everyone who's listened today.
Great, thanks again. Bye-bye. So here is Gaz Reynolds on Radio Harrow. That's Gaz Reynolds and Some Forgive on Radio Harrow, 22 minutes after 9 o'clock. And that's the number one song on the Australian dance charts, and you can certainly tell why, because it is a really, really, really good song. Gaz, of course, will be our guest next month as well. He'll be here in the studio, the owner of World Domination Records. And that song is one of the World Domination Records hits. For Some Forgive, Gaz Reynolds.
This is breakfast.
You know I can't work